Hello.
Hi, Marnie.
It's good to see you, Grandma.
It's good to see you as well. You can't even look me in the face.
No.
Not yet.
I don't feel ready for that right now.
Why?
Not after last year.
Well, a lot has happened since last year, Marnie.
A lot
if you
has
were to pick
happened
up your phone and call me.
I don't have to call you. All I have to do is turn on the news.
Turn
Grandma.
on the news. Turn on. You have a problem with me on Fox these days?
It's not just Fox. It's every news station now covering the atrocities you've committed.
Atrocities?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean me helping people?
Who have you helped?
Oh my God, Marnie.
Who have you helped?
You're kind. You're kind.
What exactly does that mean? We're both witches.
Well, baby,
She's senile. She's been senile for 6 months now.
You wish you were a witch like I am. But if anything,
I'm so lucky. I consider myself so lucky, Grandma Aggie, that I am nothing like you.
That's okay.
I count my lucky stars.
What, you count to 10?
What is that supposed to mean?
You didn't really. I don't think they ever showed you going to school.
Well, let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't necessarily call you someone who has their wits about them.
Well, I definitely have wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Well, with age comes wisdom, and you have one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. So we're lucky you're still here.
You wish I could slip. It was very nice to look into your eyes, Marnie. I'm happy that you could look at me.
Because they're
like
gorgeous eyes.
Because they're gorgeous eyes, and that's something that I'll never be able to deny. All right? I'm
happy
sorry that I'm wearing glasses.
I'm happy. Would you get your pupils dilated?
No, I'm on that pot.
You've been on much worse than weed for a very long time, Grandma. Isn't that the case?
You want to talk about my drug history?
Yes.
You want
history? It's the present, Mama.
We just started the podcast.
History, it's right now. We're living it. It's like Hamilton.
You're going to bring up Alexander because we used to get it on?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I started doing this thing called sativa. Is that how you say it, baby?
I don't want to talk to you.
You would know
this.
it. You would know it.
There's nothing wrong with recreational marijuana usage.
There isn't.
There isn't.
And if you ask your grandmother...
It was legalized in HalloweenTown in 2008. I mean, one of the first places to legalize it in America.
And it took me a while to get on the train.
Yeah.
Baby. But if you were to call and pick up your phone and call your grandmother and understand that she's dealing with some ailments, that she's dealing with some body problems...
I don't have to call you to know that. I just have to take one look at you. And I know you're dealing with some body problems.
Really? Because, well, you didn't mention anything about my body because I was recently in Miami. I just got back from Miami.
Exactly.
You didn't say anything.
Exactly. Body problems.
I didn't just see Kalabar. I saw some other things, too.
You're horrible. You're wicked.
I'm wicked?
You're wicked.
What? Okay. Now because everyone's talking about this movie that had to exist. Wicked.
The play came out 22 years ago. Everyone's talking about this. Wicked?
Baby, I've lived more than 22 years.
I'm sure of that. There's no doubt about that.
And I've met Elphaba.
Elphaba is 15 to 25 times the witch you could ever be.
That was
Grandma.
nasty and rude.
It's the truth.
Just because I can't hit those notes doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean I can't step on a broomstick and fly away.
Elphaba stands for goodness. She stands for justice. She is incorrectly
I do as well. Look what I did for that study abroad program.
What did you do?
In high school. Look what I did for them.
What did you do for them? Except
I brought them over.
Put them in uncomfortable situations.
Shove them in a car.
Yes, uncomfortable situations time and time again. And that was at my behest. Because that's back when I trusted you, Grandma. Look at that monstrous bug on that wall. You brought that home with you. Can't deny that. Can't deny that
Cromwell magic.
Nope. No, you have that going for you at least.
Cromwell magic?
Yeah.
So do you. And I don't want you to ever forget that it runs through your bones. Through your
veins. I wish I could forget. Our blood connection.
Blood is thicker than water.
And yours is like corn syrup at this point.
That's illegal in this
country. It's like glycerin.
You are wretched. I don't know what I did to you when you're growing up here. It's because we were so sweet.
Grandma
until you were
Agatha,
replaced. Until you were replaced by Sarah Paxton. I don't know what to say. By a beautiful blonde. I don't know what to say.
I have told you so countless times not to bring up Sarah Paxton in my presence. I have suffered for years under the the boot of Sarah Paxton of Aquamarine fame. And for you to bring her up no less than 10 minutes into this podcast feels... I mean, I want to be the bigger person. It's just so hard in comparison, and I want to just like swallow my pride, but I just can't.
You know what you're gonna realize, Marnie, in your elder years, is that you can't keep the weight off. So again, as I said last year, as you get your grubby hands in the Milky Ways and the Snickers nonstop, because every time I brought my bag over to your house, you couldn't get your hands out of it.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, and maybe we're aligned on this one.
All right, let's talk.
Because I would say, I don't understand why you didn't step in and intervene when my mother barred us from not only HalloweenTown, but also the joy of Halloween. And I get you tried.
I tried.
But I don't understand, Grandma, how you could see your grandchildren suffering in a white Christian nationalist home like the one that I was raised in, and thankfully have unlearned a lot of the problematic learnings I picked up there.
Yes.
I don't understand why you wouldn't intervene and say, honey, your daughter is a witch. You're not gonna let her even have a fucking piece of candy corn, God forbid. And you were too busy fucking and sucking every cock in HalloweenTown to help me out.
Okay, Marnie. It's hard for me
the alligator tears, the crocodile tears.
It's hard for me to speak about this without getting emotional, okay?
The werewolf tears
so you can
don't work for me.
Can you just give me a second to gather my thoughts?
You are an emotional manipulator.
Emotional manipulators are people that aren't feeling emotion, and they're making you feel like they are feeling emotion. I am crying right now. I'm devastated that you would say that. And for a second, let me be real. I'll just say, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I am sorry that I didn't step up. I tried. You know what it was like dealing with your mother, that wretched woman. Mm-hmm. That wretched woman who was at the church every Sunday.
And it's just wild to me.
Praying away your witchness.
And I mean, lest we can't ignore the elephant in the room. I mean, look at her now. She's living in that castle in England.
Yeah.
She has that book series.
Mm-hmm.
She exploited all of our likenesses for it. Mm-hmm. And she's transphobic. And I don't understand how that woman is a part of the Cromwell legacy. And I'm sorry, I don't want to blame it on you, but parenting is one of the number one causes of trauma and CPSD. And clearly that woman is sick and traumatized. And so she is putting that undue burden onto others.
My two children.
Both of them are pretty wicked. Lindsey Graham and J.K. Rowling.
And Lindsey Graham. And I don't know, because I am a spokesperson for the LGBT community. Mm-hmm. And I've always been a spokesperson for the LGBT.
Except for the times that you weren't.
Except for the times that I weren't. But you need to realize something, sister. I have grown up in throughout the ages, throughout the medieval times. I have lived a life that you haven't even seen before. But I also understand, when I was around during the Grecian time, seeing these men suck and fuck, I understood.
You were around during ancient Greece?
Yes.
How old are you?
Baby, you don't put an age on beauty.
Well, yeah, but we don't have to worry about that.
Just because I might be old doesn't mean I'm not gorgeous. Drop dead. All right?
Drop dead? Certainly.
You just want me to be dead. You want my... Because you know why? You haven't made a single cent since the franchise. And you know that I have a big bank. That once I drop for good...
The understanding.
For good, like the Sanderson sisters, when they try to put me in a spell and they put me out, and then I have to be brought back. No, I just keep knocking on your door.
The understanding one, the giving one, the caring one, the kind one.
And I hope that I can show you that I am. I hope that with this, that why do you think I agreed to the second episode with
Money
you?
in the bank. Money in the bank.
Money to my big cauldron. Yeah, you're right. But I already had money in that bank. But I wanted to say to you, I had a few things that I wanted to say to you on this episode.
I'd like to hear them, please.
One,
if you could speak with cordiality and kindness, and maybe one coherent sentence.
Oh, you want to use that mortal realm vocabulary?
I can smell the tequila on your body right now.
Just because I'm crossfaded doesn't mean that I can't formulate correct sentences. All right, Marnie?
Well, I'm sure you've had plenty of experience.
I have. It's called, you know what? If you want me to come clean, I'll come clean. I'll come clean to everybody. I'm sorry that I've been dealing with some substance abuses. I'm sorry that I had to do that. And I didn't mean to. Sometimes when you get so low that your granddaughter doesn't even want to look you in the eyes, you feel like you can't resort to anything else. So I'm sorry, Marnie. And I hope that by the end of this episode, we can come to a general consensus and we can be friends at the end of the day. Because I want to be friends with my granddaughter. Because when I drop dead one day... I'm not trying to oppress you any longer.
Operative term.
So let me ask you a question. You don't think people can change?
I do believe people can change. It's not up to me to accept that. I am extremely liberal. And so I will hold you to that standard for the rest of my life.
You can't even hold me to a little bit less of a standard. I grew up at a different time than you.
God forbid.
I have to get a text message from you every week saying, why did you say that on Fox?
Yeah, well, you've said really heinous things. And I can't believe how many times in the past...
Like what?
In the past, what has it been, 10 months? You've been at Mar-a-Lago for 8 of them. Grandma.
I agreed to one thing on this episode. And it was for you not to bring up Mar-a-Lago.
You have
because I feel like when you bring up Mar-a-Lago, it's all bets are off. Everyone's gonna hate me.
And that's not my fault. That's a decision that you made, and you're dealing with the consequences of being a board of the Maha chair people.
We call it the Mawa.
What does that mean?
Make awesome witches again.
You are a sick person. But please, let's.
Well, when you caught me off when I was getting emotional and then I had to get angry again, I didn't mean to be getting angry. What I wanted to say to you.
Nobody can make you angry but yourself. You make the choices. I learned that in therapy.
I don't believe that to be true.
It's not how
therapists didn't exist back in the day.
And that's very evident based on your entire behavior and personality.
I don't even know what I was saying.
I'm sure you lost track.
I don't even know what I was saying.
I'm surprised. Still Agatha.
Well, what I want. Still Agatha. Still Aggie.
Still Aggie.
I'd like to see that movie made.
I live it.
What I wanted to say to you, I hope I lose sight of what your name is. Maybe I can erase this because you know what, you're nasty. Because all I wanted to do was come on this episode.
Go ahead, say
and be able to leave here hugging my granddaughter. That's all I wanted to do.
Does Sophie speak to you?
That lesbian? Of course.
Does Dylan speak to you?
Me and Dylan have a very complicated relationship, all right?
Is the relationship complicated because you actively support those who oppress him and his gender and sexual identity?
What did I say to you? What did I say to you?
You should put those back on.
I told you.
You double pink eye.
Yeah, it's because I had some fun last night with the ghouls and the goblins. All right? And just because I was nose deep doesn't mean you need to bring that up. But I can get eye drops. What did I say to you? I said, I am one of the chair people of the LGBAA community.
And can you let me know what that acronym stands for?
LGBAA?
Uh-huh.
Lesbian.
Yeah. You could say it faster. I'm catching.
Lesbian, bisexuals, gays, anonymities, and ashwagandha.
All right.
And I'm on the board. I'm on the board itself. And I told Dylan I would love for him to show up to a meeting one day to meet my fellow members and my fellow people, because I would feel like he would be very comfortable. Sophie has shown up with her wife, Angelica. She has. And you know what, Dylan, just because Dylan is in a darkroom somewhere in Phoenix, Arizona, doesn't mean he can't show up to the community.
You are horrible. I would like to get back to the basis here. What did you come here to say today? Why are you on this couch?
I wanted to apologize to you, Marnie.
For what?
For everything.
I want accountability. I want to hear specifics.
First off, let's just talk about last year's episode. One, I want to apologize for what I said to you about your state of being.
What did you say?
I said something nasty about the fact that you couldn't get your hands off of some chocolates. And it was implying that I don't think that you are healthy.
Didn't you just say that also on this episode?
I also did say something about that this episode.
Okay.
I also said something last episode or last year about you having to resort to drugs and chain smoking on set because you were so put down. And
again, you lit my first cigarette for me.
I didn't light anything.
You called them fun sticks.
It was this little pointer finger. I was able to use my magic.
Yeah, okay.
I saw my baby in distress. What, I wasn't going to let her take a little puff? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't know how to know your limits. That's not for me to teach you.
I was not.
I'm not in those shoes, those big shoes. All right? I'm not in those shoes. But I did come here to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how I made you feel. I'm sorry that I didn't step up for you the ways that I needed to step up for you against your wicked and wretched mother. I'm sorry that they never told you what really happened to your father. And we talked about that last year. I'm sorry that you had to find out that he was a gay man. I'm sorry that you had to find out a lot of things about Benny Bones. And I did not want to bring up Muffin Maggie. All right? You didn't need to hear what she was doing.
You spent that whole last episode referring to your friend Harriet as Muffin Maggie. Her name is Harriet. And I spoke to her actually earlier this year, and she brought it up. And I know that you have gotten no contact with... Well, she has gotten no contact with you.
Oh, and you want to talk somebody who's deranged? You want to talk someone who's been deranged? When she was frozen in that little cinema, nothing has been the same.
You were frozen in that cinema.
Yes, but you know what? It's just like COVID. All right? Some people had adverse effects to those vaccines. She had an adverse effect to Kalabar's revenge. And I've been with Kalabar one too many times. All right? He can have an effect on me. Muffin Maggie is senile. She's sick.
You glass houses should not throw stones. Those in glass houses. And your house is entirely made of glass.
What are you reading, Stephen King these days?
What does that have to do with that?
You're being poet. You're speaking like you're an author.
I think that's like almost a Bible quote.
You're good. Oh, there we go.
Houses should not throw stones.
There you go. Bible quotes. I didn't raise your mother on the foundation of religion. I raised your mother on the foundation of love for all, whether that be witches, goblins, ghouls, gnomes, mortals, anybody.
We don't say the G word anymore.
Ghouls.
No.
What are they calling them these days?
Ghoul is fine.
What is the woke?
Ghoul is
Gen
fine.
Z?
Gnome is fine. You don't say anymore.
Lynn?
Yeah.
What are they calling them? You can't even say it to me. You know what? For the time being, I'll call them oblins. I'll take the G out of it if you think it's so horrible.
It's not. That's not the bad. The bad part is the oblin. The G part's not a problem.
So when I was doing G. All right. Is that better for you?
Yes, thank you.
Have you ever done that?
Have I ever done G?
Yeah.
No.
You want to have a good time? One day, you do a little bit of that. That's a good potion for you. But you're asexual. So I just want to know, do you accept any of my apology? What else do I need to dig deeper into?
Nothing you just said was an apology.
I started the sentence with, I'm sorry.
Yes, and then you said heinous things afterward.
Should I reset?
What do you
want me to say? You want me to reset?
No.
Because I can be kind.
I don't understand why we keep doing this.
I don't know why you keep coming for my throat.
I don't know why I keep coming back to this studio year after year.
Well, this is actually, let's pivot.
What would you like to pivot to?
I want you to feel comfortable asking me anything about the realm that you might not be familiar with.
Well, I've lived there now for 25 years, haven't I?
25 years. The past 25 years, it looks like Williamsburg. They have added Madewells. They have added Gucci stores. They have even added a Blue Bottle coffee in HalloweenTown,
as long
Marnie.
as there's no 787.
In Marnie, wake up and smell the roses. They are destructing HalloweenTown and making it into a Six Flags. All right? And you were just going to stand there as a Cromwell witch? I needed to flee. I needed to leave HalloweenTown.
You wanted to flee because of vaccine mandates. That's why you moved to Florida. Don't suddenly say it's about gentrification.
Do you believe science? We are from the witching world of potions.
I was raised to believe in both science and magic. I believe you could hold both of those things separately and together. Okay? And I'm happy about that.
Separation of science and magic. Whatever happened to that in our Constitution?
What Constitution, Grandma?
For the HalloweenTown. The
I don't know, you were probably there when they wrote it.
The Constitution.
You were probably there when they wrote it.
I was. I actually signed it.
I'm sure.
And you are going to sit here like the woke witch you are and feel like I haven't had an impact on HalloweenTown. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You have had a very negative impact on HalloweenTown. I've never denied that. I've never denied your very large negative impact on HalloweenTown, Grandma.
You saw how people treated me when I was walking around those streets.
Yeah,
Harriet.
and that was...
I'll call her by her actual name.
That was
Harriet.
before your radicalization. And that's what makes me so sad, because I did really, at one point, Grandma, I really did trust you. I depended on you. And then a switch flipped, and you have gone off the deep end. You have gone completely off the deep end. And I have tried to build myself a very quiet life. I am a school teacher, first and foremost. I volunteer at the animal hospitals on weekends.
That's very sweet.
And I also volunteer at the pumpkin patch every October.
Very, very sweet.
To grow the next big pumpkin, because we cover pumpkin every single year. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Of course, it's like Rockefeller Center.
Exactly. And I have worked very hard for my quiet, peaceful life. And you may have called me asexual, but I'll tell you something. I have dated both men and women. And not only that, genders in between. Because even though that's a difficult concept for you to wrap your big head around, there are more than two genders, Grandma. Witches, warlocks, and then there's a third one that the word's escaping me right now. And I've dated members of the G community. I've dated werewolves. I've dated even a ghost at times. And you know what? Nothing's worked out for me yet. But I'm okay with that. I've made peace with that because I've built myself a life.
That's okay, Marnie.
Please don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You couldn't even take a sign of affection from your old grandma.
I see you, and I see misery. I see hell. I see wickedness.
I am good, Marnie. I am very good. And I want to go back to something you said to me before. I went off the deep end. Yeah. And I just want to clarify something. If you spend your whole life in the shallow end, how are you going to learn how to swim? All right? Some of us need to go off the deep end to recognize we can make our way back to the shallow waters. I think we can learn how to tread and we can learn how to swim. But when you're only ever staying in the shallow waters, Marnie, like you might be, you won't see that there is a world that's deeper than that surface.
I think people can take risks and take jumps without ending up on Trump's cabinet. And that's what I refer to when I mean off the deep end. I mean the level of political brainwashing that you have fell victim to. It makes me sad. It breaks my heart. And it's clearly hereditary.
You have mistaken. I am not on Trump's cabinet.
Not anymore.
Well, I learned very quick.
I don't think people should have to.
You have a very trusting grandmother. Okay? You have a very trusting grandmother. When I trust hard. And when I'm promised things, I believe.
What were you promised? How much money were you promised?
You want to know?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say it for everyone to hear. $400,000. And in the grand scheme of things, I recognized that was not enough for what I was put through and what our people were put through. And that is why, after I was on the cabinet, Marty, I decided to become a part of LGBTAA.
Do you have any friends?
Yes, I have friends.
People still accept you in HalloweenTown?
Yeah. You want me to talk about my friends?
Yeah, I would like to know. I'd like to know what can you walk me through a day in your life, Grandma?
When I wake up?
Probably around like 2-3 p.m. 'Cause you're
You want me to
hungover.
talk about when I'm in HalloweenTown or when I'm in Florida?
Let's start with HalloweenTown.
All right. I wake up in my gorgeous home in HalloweenTown. I make my tea, my remedy tea, I call it. It's a mixture
A vodka soda.
It's a mixture between tension tamer, so I can deal with somebody like you. All right.
Clearly,
And there is a
pheromone
pheromone potion in there as well, because when I walk through the streets of HalloweenTown, I am stopping people in the street because I smell delicious and they just want to bite me. They just want a bite of me. All right. So I start with my potion. I start with my cottage cheese and my English muffin. I read. Unlike you,
What do you read? What do you read, Grandma?
some of my favorite authors.
Who? Name 2 authors.
Well, it's just because I knew Billy, so I read Billy.
Billy who?
William Shakespeare, whatever you want to call him, Billy, because I knew Billy like that. I read Billy.
You wake up in the morning, you eat cottage cheese and an English muffin, and you read Shakespeare plays every day.
I was gonna get to the other authors I read as well.
Please.
All right. So I
Shakespeare is a playwright, just for your reference.
All right. Sorry, you have to comment on everything I say. That's a playwright. So I'm reading playwrights. I'm reading a few Grady Hendrix novels lately. All right. And I've recently gotten into John Green. And I think that what he was doing with Alaska was very interesting. It was very interesting.
That's great, Grandma. So continue.
So I dabble.
Continue.
When I
with your
leave
day.
there,
Mm-hmm.
I like to get coiffed. Look at my hair.
Yeah, I could tell something's happening.
I go to the Wolfman. I'm still friends with the Wolfman.
That's really interesting because I've spoken to him a lot lately, and I also still go to him, and he definitely has. I'm not going to say anything for fear of I don't want to hurt his business, but he said some things about you that really.
What are the pronouns?
The Wolfman?
Yeah.
He, him.
He, him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to learn. That's something that I've learned to ask as a part of my community. So I go to the Wolfman for a coif.
Every day.
Every day. Every day.
That's crazy.
And it's nasty that you would say that he has something nasty to say to me. He loves me. He gives me a massage for free. When I'm done with that, I go to the ghouls. I sit down. I've been into this thing lately. You put it on your stomach, and it shakes your stomach a bit.
You're getting M sculpt done?
M sculpt.
You're doing M sculpting?
I'm doing M sculpting. Not that you would ever say anything about me or my body.
I would hope I wouldn't say anything about your body, Grandma.
Oh, is that a new age thing that people are commenting on other people's bodies? That's a new age thing. You can't tell me. You can't tell your grandmother that who's doing M sculpt daily that she looks good.
You look like hell. You look like hell. You look like you went to the sock dimension and back.
I did go to the sock dimension and back, baby. All right, and I only did that a few times because we all know what he was looking like, and he was looking good down there. All right? And I've tried everything once, Marnie. I've tried everything once. And you want to look at me and you want to tell me that you've dated ghouls, you've dated witches and warlocks?
And the third
You don't
one.
think I've
and
been...
the third one.
And the third one? You don't think I've had the third one? You don't think I've had my fair share of all of them? You don't think I've been in the dark rooms?
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have.
I have. And then after I go to the ghouls, I decide to sit.
What do you do with the ghouls? Sorry, I missed that one.
Get my nails done.
Okay.
Or just say hey.
This seems like a very charmed life you live.
Well, when you spent your whole life building what the streets that you live on,
I guess
it's
when
time
you have
to retire.
Mar-a-Lago money, when you have the $400,000, I'm sure that's probably your retirement fund in HalloweenTown, because the U.S. dollar translates to $1 is what it's about
almost close to a penny in HalloweenTown.
Oh, you think it's like we have a weaker?
No, sorry. I'm saying $1. Yeah, well, no, that would be the opposite.
Yeah, a $1 in the United States
$1
is
penny.
$100 in HalloweenTown, right?
Yeah.
Is that the currency exchange? Because our
100.
economy has been really bad.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a millionaire in HalloweenTown. And I deserve to be a millionaire, Marnie.
No one deserves to be a millionaire. We all deserve equal
What
pay.
happened to working hard for your money? What happened to grabbing yourself by the bootstraps and learning to live a dream?
I think living a dream in bootstraps is different than what you did. You exploited people.
For what?
You wicked witch.
I exploited who?
A lot of people.
I opened up the realms.
Let me just speak on something else that I think is it's an elephant in the room. It's a second elephant in the room this year, and that's again brought it up earlier, the Wicked film. I don't know if you've spoken about this, but can you talk about your depiction in the film? Because I feel Madame Morrible, it was a very accurate portrayal to how I know you as a person, and I think that that's something that a lot of people should hear about.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you identify as Elphaba?
I think I would
in this context.
Certainly, out of all of the characters in that film, I would have to consider myself closest to Elphaba. Yes.
Interesting. So let me just speak on this
About your portrayal in the film.
Because yes, they did portray me like that. All right, they did, and I don't think I necessarily was proud of the person that they put on that screen.
Well, I think Michelle Yeoh did a bad job, because I think she humanized you far beyond reality.
Marnie, you are a wretched bitch.
That's really classy to say about your grandchild.
Because you are putting my likelihood on the line. You are having people look at me.
Your likelihood?
Yeah, my likelihood. Because people do like me out there. All right? People do like me out there. They always have.
Ignorant fools who don't know better, and God bless them.
I want to ask the listeners.
And pumpkin bless them.
I want to ask the listeners. When you saw me on that screen for the first time in HalloweenTown, did you not get chills when I showed up?
That's what breaks my heart, Grandma. Is because that movie was the last time this was pure. Because after that, you opened me up to a hellfire.
I gave you everything, Marnie. I gave you access to it all. And to every realm, every person, to every creature.
That's what a caregiver should do. And I don't think I owe you anything in return. Anything in return.
And I'm not asking. I'm not asking for
What are you asking? Then what is this all about,
then
Grandma?
I am all.
What is this all about?
For Marnie.
What is this all about?
Shut up!
Oh, and this is her. And this is her. Violent.
All I ask for, Marty, is an ounce of forgiveness, an ounce of humility, an ounce of you to open up your heart and recognize let me own up to a few things.
Own up to them.
I might have said some horrible and nasty, deranged things. I might have done some bad things in my day. I might have said nasty things about you, nasty things about your mother, nasty things about your brother. I don't say anything nasty about Sophie. I don't. I never have. But I want you to open up your heart and recognize I wasn't dealt an easy hand either, Marnie. I wasn't dealt an easy... Do you know what? Have you ever asked me about my parents? Have you ever asked me about my growing up experience? Have you ever asked? Have you ever cared? Have you ever cared? You didn't want to even think, maybe I'm a product of trauma. Maybe I've experienced some things that you couldn't even fathom. Okay, and I bear it all. And as I said to you before, we didn't have therapists. We didn't have people to talk to. So I just dealt with it all myself. I was making potions. My daughter came along, and my son that I don't even speak to. Because if he was just to come out to me, I would accept him. But he decided to be the fucking congressman of South Carolina or something. If they would ask me what I dealt with on a day-to-day basis, I would tell them. I would open up to them. But you never asked me. And I'm sorry. I have projected. I've learned that term lately. And projection is protection. And for that, I'm sorry. Because my mother, Janice, and my father, Rodolfo, they weren't nice people.
Anything else?
No.
That was an excellent performance. That was an excellent performance. You can snap out of it now.
It wasn't a performance. I just I needed to get that out there.
Your new narrative that you're spinning. Because if I recall correctly, Grandma, you and Grandpa Benny Bones both ejected Senator Lindsey Graham from your home. And you may have claimed that you felt sorry for him, but you were an active part of the environment that kicked him out of his home, which led to this man creating legislature against the LGBTQIA community, amongst many other things. So you may now rewrite the history that he left of his own volition, but he did not, according to you, last year. And if you could keep your stories straight for once, I'd believe everything else out of your mouth. But clearly,
I have dementia.
Oh my God, I
have dementia.
That's not even funny. That's not even funny.
It's not funny when you were calling me still Agatha. You think I needed to bear that weight?
Hold on. I'm sorry. What? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I gotta put on my glasses. I'm tearing up.
I was just speaking to the Candy Corn, who's been moderating this panel, and he's telling us that we have to turn it around or we're gonna get chopped.
Okay. All right. What are you looking forward to the most this Halloween?
Honestly, Grandma, what I'm looking forward to is being with my friends. Yeah. Not that you've ever asked me about them. I'm looking forward to my chosen family that I have had to find because I've lost my mother to QAnon. I've lost my grandmother to everything about her entire lifestyle and general aura. My brother lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and Sophie I also have lost to you because she's also been indoctrinated, which can happen sometimes even to members of the LGBTQIA community.
Just because Sophie moved to Portland doesn't mean she's got indoctrinated. Okay? She can call you at her own volition.
So I'm looking forward to spending time with my loved ones and the people I consider family now.
Can you elaborate more? Because I don't ask you about anything. Meanwhile, I just cried to you and bared my soul about my past childhood.
There was not one tear.
You never even asked me about myself, but I continue to talk about you. Who is your chosen family and how are they? If you don't mind me asking. Who are they?
I am very close with the Sanderson sisters.
How's
Sarah.
that? How's Marie?
Mary.
She's going by Mary now.
Mary.
She can't
Sarah,
get it right.
And Winifred.
She can't get it right. She never could get it right.
They're doing well. They have been working on a rehabilitation program after their last stint in 2023.
You saw what they did.
I know, and this is the difference between you and them. They have taken accountability and they have actively worked to reduce the harm they have caused in Salem, Massachusetts. And that's why I can respect people like that. I like to be around people who are trying to change, who want to do good in this world. And that's just simply not something, it's not even a remote sense of truth I hear from you when you say these things. And that's why I'm friends with the Sandersons. That's why I'm friends with Emma Watson. Fuck it, I'll name drop.
You're friends with Emma?
Yeah.
You didn't want to tell me that until this moment.
She doesn't really want to know you.
That's really interesting because Emma's been in my DMs.
I don't really believe that to be true.
I can show you them.
I'd like you to show me them.
I can't right now. My Samsung's upstairs. But if I was to show you my DMs, Marnie, Emma's been telling me she wants to chat with me.
Well, she
feels like there's a few loopholes in your friendship.
What does that mean?
Things aren't adding up.
Plot holes?
Plot holes. It's something you call a plot, I call a loop. All right. Fuck it. Holes.
I know you know all about those.
Yeah, maybe if you were to step outside of your gremlin cave, you'd understand a thing or two about a hole.
Beautiful 2-story home.
You got that beautiful 2-story home because of who your grandmother was.
And
you live on a shitty street.
This is exactly the problem.
You live on a shitty street.
You are a shitty person, Grandma. I got that home with the money I made working as a child because of you. Because you put me to work. You made me a child star against my own volition. Yes, maybe I wanted that as a kid, but I was ultimately exactly that, a child. I had no wherewithal to understand the sort of consequences that come with being a child actor in this industry. And you did. And God forbid I was exposed to sick people in this industry. It would not matter because I'm sitting next to the sickest one I've ever met. The sickest person I have ever met.
Marnie.
Agatha Cromwell.
Marnie. Everything was at your disposal. Everything. You could have been the next Selena Gomez if you wanted to.
And did you ever think maybe I didn't want to?
Did you ever say it?
I was a child. Grandma, I was a child.
You seemed pretty happy to me.
Of course I was happy in the moment.
When you were putting money in your bank?
Exactly. Because I didn't care about the money as a child. Maybe you did. Maybe my sick mother did. Clearly.
You don't remember that time that you got on your first broomstick and you flew around
and I was
with
happy
me?
then. And it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the material objects, Grandma. It was about the experience and the freedom of childhood, which was torn away from me when we franchised the fuck out of my life. Out of my life. Okay? And that's
our life.
My life. I was the star. You were a fucking side character, bitch. And you still are. And if we
don't you ever
call
me a bitch.
Oh my God.
All right? Respect your elders. And for somebody who grew up on the Bible, you should know that.
You are a filthy whore.
Oh, you want to bring up?
And you have whored me out my entire life. For your own personal gain.
You know what?
I would have been happy living in fucking wherever I was.
You're going to have to move.
I would have been happy.
You're going to have to move because your home is about to be foreclosed. You don't think I know the person who sold you your home? You don't think I put a letter into Max Scooby Gubby? You don't think I told them? You don't think
what was every word you just said?
His name?
He sold me my home in HalloweenTown?
Yes. He was in charge. You don't think it's a monopoly? You don't think I know every single person who puts their pen to paper?
I can't wait for the day that we bury you in the ground. You wretched, wretched bitch. I cannot wait to dance on your grave. You evil, evil clown.
You're gonna dance on my grave, sister, and you're gonna slowly sink. Actually, I'll make it quick.
Yeah, because I'm sure you'll be rotting from the inside out. Black tar that fills your soul.
If I slit you open right now, you would ooze black tar. So let's not let's shove it, sister. All right? I came on this podcast again to apologize to you. And as Corn has tried to do this entire episode, has tried to let us know that we should show a little bit of humility and kindness to each other. And that's what I tried to do. That's what I tried to do with you. And then you had to turn the bitch card around to me.
You called me a bitch first.
That's okay.
And this is the problem with this generation of people, the respect your elders generation. They believe they can do whatever they want. They can walk all over you whenever they want. They can exploit you. They can sell your likeness. They can profit off of your innocence and your childhood. And yet somehow they deserve your respect. And that is exactly why I ran for mayor of HalloweenTown. And maybe I did lose by a considerable margin, but I will be continuing my platform and I will continue to fight for children in this community. Because of people like you, evil souls like you, who try to exploit and profit from innocent kids.
Marnie, when I walk the streets of HalloweenTown, I have kids running up to me nonstop.
You speak almost exactly like Donald Trump.
I don't believe that to be true. All right, I have a gorgeous tone to my voice, and I can speak the way that I would like to speak. And yeah, my words carry weight, Marnie. And so do those hips. But I would like to say to you,
I don't want to hear another fake half-assed apology from you.
how can we turn this around? How could you hear me for the first time? What could we do to resolve
I've heard plenty
this?
of you.
What could we do to resolve this by the end of the episode? We need to leave on terms that I could at least see you again.
Check yourself into a clinic.
Do you want me to make the call?
Yes.
Is that what's going to make you happy?
Yeah, because hopefully you'll die in there. Hopefully of old age.
No, if I die.
I don't wish you ill will. I just hope you die of old age soon.
I have a confession to make to you.
Nothing you will confess will be true. I can't believe a word out of your mouth. I've learned that.
It's pretty serious.
Thank God.
And I know that you're going to be celebrating and you're going to be dancing with the other witches. But I don't think I have 2 months in me.
Thank God. Thank
And
God.
if you would like me to check myself into the clinic, I'll do it today. For you.
What I want to see for you, Grandma,
Yeah.
is peace. Because it is actually very evident that you have dealt with horrible side effects from a terrible childhood. Because nobody could be this truly, unbelievably, circumstantially horrible without having gone through a lot of horrible things. And yes, I do believe it's up to adults to rewrite their past and stop clinging to their childhoods and hopefully grow from them. And in some ways, I can see the hypocrisy in my statements, because I've been living with the trauma that you've inflicted upon me. But I do believe I have done everything in my being to fight against that and to help children. And in the opposite way, you have leaned only further in to damaging souls and to exploiting people. And I will say, I do feel sorry for you.
Thank you.
I do feel sorry for you, because I can't imagine living such a lonely, squalid existence that you live. I can't imagine what it feels like every single day to wake up and know, who can I harm next? Whose money can I take next? What cause can I shamelessly hop on top of next, just to continue to climb and grow in HalloweenTown? And I'm sure it's really, really abysmal to be you. And so I want to say I am very sorry that that's the life you have chosen to live. And it's sad that you've been completely ostracized from almost your entire family, from Muffin Mags, from Benny Bones, from Lindsey Graham, from Dylan, from my mother, from me, from countless other people. And I'm sure you do have goosebumps. And ultimately, there's nothing I can do or say that will change the way you are, because when you're about 250,000 years old and a haggard old bitch, you can't change your ways that easy. And I can see that now. You're going to be set in these ways until the day you die, which is hopefully within the next 2 months. And if it isn't, and if it is, either way, I want to say, I really do sincerely wish you the best. However, the best will not include me in your future, because this is it. This is the last time I'll ever speak to you, Grandma. Best of luck.
Thank you, Marnie. I don't even have anything to rebuttal. I do just want to say that I heard you, and I appreciate you for being so open and clearly honest about how you felt about me for your whole life. And I just want to let you know, not that you care, I am a really, really sick individual. And not only am I dying, I've been dead inside for a really long time. How do you think it's felt that the love of my life is just bones? It's just bones. And obviously we know why that happens. He's homophobic. And doesn't change the love that I had for him at the time. It's changed a lot of things since. My family, my fucking mother became my fucking bag.
What?
My mother.
What was her name again?
My mother? I think it's the dementia, Marnie.
Okay.
I know my father was Rodolfo.
Rodolfo. Was it Angelica?
No, I think it was
an A
something
name,
with
right?
J.
Oh, was it?
Just 16 or something.
Okay.
She became my bag.
Mm-hmm.
That bag that walked around.
Yeah. How did she become your bag?
It was an awful day. Back in 1543.
Okay.
Something horrible was happening in HalloweenTown.
Mm-hmm.
And she was at the crux. She decided to get rid of the pumpkin. And I'll tell you why. She saw the pumpkin as a way to keep the community together, and all she wanted to do was tear it apart. She wanted people to... She was banishing people left and right. So what did I have to do to protect my citizens of HalloweenTown? I used a spell that you wouldn't even use on your worst enemy. You wouldn't even use it on me. Maybe you would. Maybe you would. But I turned her into a leather bag with legs and a tail. That was just basically bottomless. She would hold everything for me.
Why just seconds ago did you say how hard you've had it because your mother was turned into a bag? You turned her into the bag.
I had no choice, Marnie. I had no choice. Because I can't imagine living without my family.
Clearly you can.
Benny Bones.
So your mother did something wrong, right? She did something very bad.
I would never wish death upon my mother.
You turned her into an accessory.
So she can be with me still.
And I'm sure if you're listening at home, you could hear how deeply sick this individual is. Are you not understanding? You've done far worse than try to remove a pumpkin, than try to instate a homeowners association legislation, which seems to be like the maximum of what Justine was doing there, was just saying maybe we should get rid of the pumpkin. You have done far worse than that, and yet here you are, alive, somehow, burping incessantly.
That's what happens to you in old age.
Against all odds, you're still here. Don't you think maybe I've shown you more kindness than you showed your own mother? Because I'm not using you as a purse. I'm not using you as a crossbody. I'm not using you to as a weekender duffel like you used your mother. And do you see now how disturbed you are?
Yes, and I've said that. I've said that to you. You don't think every day goes by and I don't think to myself, why did I do that to her?
You can't reverse the spell?
No. It's called the one-time spell.
It's called the one-time spell?
Yes.
That sucks. Why would you do that?
We call it oats.
Why would you do that?
I didn't think I had a choice. They were going to lock her up. I didn't want to see my mother. She was a nasty person. She always treated me like shit.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I still, unlike you, can find a place in my heart where there's kindness and compassion and love. And I would rather see my mother by my side as a bag than dead.
You would rather see your mother turned into an accessory that for your own use than to see her.
She quite enjoyed it.
In a prison?
She quite enjoyed it. She would always come back to me. Would she not?
Well, because she probably had no other choice, but I'm confused. Her other option was just jail time? And you said indefinite for the rest of your...
They were going to kill her.
Don't you think she'd prefer
put her on a
death? This is the problem. And I'm sure audiences at home, I'm sure you can see how I've tried to bridge this gap. I've looked for common ground. I've looked for ways to reach out across the abyss and into the depths of this woman's soul and find something redeemable within her. But every sentence is spun into a brand new story. There is not one iota of truth within her, and it breaks my heart.
I hope the community at home. I hope the community.
She's lost. She's a lost soul.
I hope the community at home can recognize a few things about me right now. One, I came on here trying to apologize. Let me burp. Give me a sec. 2, I'm crossfaded. 3, I have dementia and I have 2 months to live.
And are any of those things true?
Well, the doctor said that I could potentially make it until next year. But
Until next Halloween.
yeah. But
Here's
you know what, Marnie? Hold on. Let me
No, actually, no. I want to speak to you, Grandma.
Oh, okay, yeah. Speak to me.
Give me your hand.
Okay.
I want you to get better.
Yes.
I know that you're a very mentally ill person. I know. I can tell from this conversation there's nothing about you that's currently okay. And it's very clear to me that you need a lot of help. And I pray to the pumpkins that you get that help.
Thank you.
And what I want to see for you, I want to see you make it to next Halloween. And I want to see you get better. And I don't want to sit down with a wicked soul anymore.
I agree.
Because I believe there's goodness in all of us. And I believe we can find it in you. But there is so much horrible aura and energy surrounding you. And I can see that because I can read auras very well. And yours is just jet black.
Marnie, can I say something to you? I am... And you might not believe me, and maybe I should reframe this, but I've always looked at you. It's hard for a grandmother to be jealous of someone, their granddaughter. But I can admit to that. A lot of the things that I'm dealing with are incomprehensible, but one thing that I am dealing with is deep-rooted jealousy.
Yeah.
You are beautiful.
Yeah.
You are talented.
Yeah.
You have a point of view.
Yes.
You've only ever tried to help people.
Thank you.
And it's really hard. I've lived for 250,000 years. I have done some really atrocious... Exactly. Mesopotamia. I have done some really atrocious things in my life.
I'm sure.
That I feel like I can't even mend. But hearing from you that if I was to get back on the right track, that maybe you would even give me a chance, I will check myself into a clinic today.
And here's the thing,
I will
Grandma,
do it.
I want to say something to you. I understand that I am a result of all of the years of hardship you've gone through, and I would not have been given the privilege nor the opportunity to succeed in what I've done as a witch and as a woman without you and without the things that you've gone through. And I understand I've been given an advantage that you will never have in this life.
Yeah.
And I hope that you can see the advantage that you do have now.
Yes.
As a grown, very, very, very old woman.
Yes.
And I want to say I'm grateful. Against all of this, I can honestly say I'm grateful. Maybe not for all of the experiences. I can acknowledge the pain you've gone through to get me where I am today. And maybe I would have done things differently.
Yeah.
But I also understand that it's even though you've been here for 250,000 years, it's still your first time on Earth, just like it's mine. And I may just be 29 years old, and you may be 250,000 years old, older than the gods.
And you might think, how does that even make sense?
How does that even make sense? How does it even make sense?
But how does anything ever make sense?
Exactly. And I know that you've had plenty of time on this earth to learn and unlearn and relearn and change. I'm going to give you another year because I believe maybe all you need is a year. And I want to apologize for calling you an evil bitch. I want to apologize for saying that you are a wicked, wicked, wicked soul. I want to apologize for saying they based Madame Marble off of you. I want to apologize for all of the nasty things.
Call me a whore.
I want to apologize for using the W word, whore. I want to apologize for all of the times that my own intolerance bounced back against your intolerance. And I want to say that I should have always treated you with a little bit more grace because, again, I was not dealt the same deck of hands as you, even though my mother is J.K. Rowling, even though my grandmother is MAGA and Maha. I'm speaking about you, Mawa. I know that you're trying. And I think that if I reached out across this abyss and I reached out and I grabbed your hand, maybe we could end this and we could break the cycles and we can go out there together.
Yeah. Let me just say one last thing. I've been waiting my whole life to hear you say that you're grateful. And hearing the word come out of your mouth today is bringing tears to my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand how grateful I was to be made a grandmother. And for you to carry on the Cromwell name.
It's an honor.
And I just want to let you know that regardless of anything that I have done, and I have a lot of things to work through, and I heard you, and I appreciate your humility and your respect and care at the end. We are Cromwell witches at the end of the day.
We are.
Our magic is powerful. Our purpose is important. And we will continue to influence generations going forward. And maybe it's time for me to rewrite my story. And you know what?
It's
After 250,000 years, it's never too late to rewrite your story.
Late, Grandma Agatha.
And I'm learning that. And all I gotta do, Marty, is pick up the pen and take that piece of paper and get to work.
Yes.
So I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you hopefully next year.
I really hope I do. I hope I see a new you.
And feel free. I will try my best to check in on you. And if you would like to check in on me at the clinic, I'll be there for the next 12 months.
Okay.
And when I get back, I hope I'm the same Grandma Aggie that was making you cookies and letting you eat that candy when your mother wouldn't let you.
Yes.
So until then, Marnie, I'm going to bid you adieu.
Okay, we have a few more things to do. But
Okay.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, baby. And I'm sorry for calling you a bitch and smacking you in the face.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So everyone listening out there, if you have been in a situation where you feel like you cannot forgive that person, or you can't look past the atrocities.
I can't stop smiling.
I know, I feel very free and very light.
Very light.
If you feel like there's that person in your life that you feel like you have let go so far off the deep end, as Marnie has said it, it's okay to have a conversation with them, and sometimes all you need to do is hold their hand. So with that, should we take it for a call?
Yeah.
Hey, Aggie and Marnie. My name's Elise. I'm a longtime listener of your friend Joe and Andrew's podcast. My question for you is, I'm really wondering where the bus stop is going to be this year for that HalloweenTown bus, because I'm looking to hitch a ride and make my way over to HalloweenTown. Things are not looking great over here, you know, so just wondering when I can expect my ride over there to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. That's very sweet.
Very sweet. Should we officially release the location?
I think we should. So where is it going to be?
It's going to be in the corner of Wyckoff and Maple in Little Rock, Alabama.
Alabama. Oh my God.
It might actually be Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas sounds more correct to me.
It's actually in Little Rock, Arkansas.
It's okay.
Not
She's
in
just
Alabama.
getting over some head issues.
As we said, I was completely out of pocket this whole episode, but I just came to. So yes, Little Rock, Arkansas, on the corner of Wyckoff and Maple. And we'll see you there, Elise.
Bye, Elise.
And we can pack, and let your friends know we can pack as many people as possible.
As many as possible, and don't forget to bring your bags.
Your bags.
Your mothers.
Yeah. Your mothers. Bring your mothers with you. We're gonna pack them with some goods, and there will be a full catered service.
And with every bus ticket, you do get a glass of champagne.
Yes.
A Moe.
Yes.
Clico.
And a crumble cookie flight.
A crumble cookie flight, yeah. And also a voucher for 16 handles. You get one.
Oh, for the frozen yogurt.
Yeah, medium size.
And I want to let you know, Elise, they just built a red mango in HalloweenTown.
It's brand new.
It's amazing.
The lines are
out
down the block right now, but it's worth the wait.
People have never had pomegranate frozen yogurt
They're
before.
obsessed with it.
They're obsessed.
Hey guys, just a quick question from a curious fan. Aki, how big is your strap? And don't deny that you don't have one. And damn y'all, I forgot where I was going with this. Just mid-sentence.
Gerald
stoned as hell. That's.
Am I having amnesia?
He's just like you, Grandma.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up now. I'm sure y'all got plenty of questions. Okay, love y'all for real. Bye.
Oh, Gerald.
Oh, Gerald. So, Gerald, thank you for asking. I have two different straps. My first strap, it's what I call the invisible crusher. The invisible crusher is that of the ghosts because a lot of people don't know that ghosts have large, to put it lightly, cocks. It's at least 13.5 inches. My other one is called the silent treatment. Now this one is a 2-inch pleaser. It's more of a plug, but it has the girth of a Pringles can. So it gets the job done. It does everything it needs for every orifice. So thank you for asking, Gerald.
Thank you for answering that, Grandma.
Of course.
Hi, Marnie. I'm sure you're looking so stunning and gorgeous this season. I hope that Grandma is not tearing you apart or being a little absurd like last year. Thanks, Aggie. So I was just wondering, what is a spell that you would keep in your back pocket these days? So you're just beep-bopping around town, and this is your kind of go-to spell. Maybe on a night out, maybe I don't know. Like, what's your go-to spell? I don't really know what mine would be, but I'm definitely going to think about it. Okay, love you, Joe and Andrew. Aggie and Marnie. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for asking that question, also offering me that support in times like this. As I'm sure you've heard throughout this episode, things were tough. But a spell, my go-to spell when I'm out and about, it's Panera Utusis, and that gets me an instant broccoli cheddar bread bowl whenever I need one. It's Panera Utusis. So that's my go-to if I'm at the club, if I'm at the library, if I'm even on a walk. Sometimes you want a broccoli cheddar bread bowl. Sometimes you just want like an absurd amount of dairy in an absurd amount of carbs. And so Panera Utusis.
I love when you whip out the Panera Utusis.
What about you, Grandma?
It's gotta be the 5-layer burrito.
Okay. That's similar to mine.
The 5-layer burrito.
Yeah.
Different brands.
Uh-huh. What do you get with that?
You get the 5-layer burrito cravings box from Taco Bell.
That's amazing.
Because when I'm at the club,
right,
I'm gonna want the club classics,
right?
Which I love that girl lately. Charlene, was that her name?
Yeah, Charlene. She's a local drag queen.
She is. Yeah, that's my spell.
Okay, hello. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, hello, Joe and Andrew. My name's Elena from Montana. I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry. I'm from Montana, and I literally just joined the Patreon, and I saw your message in the chat about calling for Aggie and Marnie, and I want to know
Andrew must have messaged.
what was Aggie's childhood like. We obviously know about Marnie's. I want to know more about Aggie's childhood, as this is the Good Children podcast. Okay, I love you both. Have a wonderful Halloween and a wonderful day.
Oh, honey. You called in for the perfect episode, so I'm really grateful for that. I think that you got an earful throughout the... it looks like maybe your question re-traumatized Agatha a little bit. It brought her back to dark memories from earlier, a couple minutes ago.
If I'm being honest, I've never had someone ask me what my childhood was like. And just hearing that brought a chill to my bones.
Mm-hmm.
You heard what I went through, for the most part, with my mother. My father...
Rodolfo,
I'll just say it quick and easy. Rodolfo actually started the university at HalloweenTown.
Oh, yeah.
And it's unfortunate because what you don't know about Rodolfo is that he also started Shiz University. And as you can tell with Shiz, a lot of things were happening when it came to my friends, the animals, the professors. He had a huge part in that in the HalloweenTown lore, and my father didn't quite make it. I decided to turn him into the 1573 pumpkin in the courtyard.
So you have turned your father into a pumpkin, you turned your mother into a bag, and you turned your husband into a skeleton. Just to get everything straight.
Yeah.
All right.
But Marnie, I will never do anything to you.
I don't think you have the powers anymore, so I'm not worried.
But thank you for asking. I heard Montana is lovely.
Hey, so my question is for both Marnie and Aggie, but I guess directed mostly to Aggie. I wanted to ask about your sort of inaction and lack of agency when it came to HalloweenTown 2 Kalabar's Revenge. I just seem to notice that, like, when you went into HalloweenTown and saw that the Gray spell was going on, you really just you weren't very solution-based, you know? You were like, well, we could find this one single book that exists, maybe, if I remember where it is, or... And then, like, the time travel spell, you're telling me that some spells in this universe are open sesame, and other spells are Kalabar, Durinadao, on the way to Shastanaba. Why are we doing ancient Welsh? You know what I mean? When we can say, go back. Like, I feel like the magic system in your universe is maybe a little more developed at times, a little underdeveloped at times. I guess I just wanted to know, like, was this a test? Anyway. Bye.
What an incredible, invaluable question asked
That was
from a member of
amazing.
our community. That was incredible. You cited sources. You spoke ancient Welsh.
I do just want to say,
Mm-hmm. It's a great question.
the second movie is where I started to lose sight
Uh-huh.
of my memory.
Yeah.
When it came to our spell book, the spells were passed on from a witch above me. Her name was Marie's Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And Marie was a woman of very verbose vernacular.
Right.
She loved to sing. When it came to Bentima, Bentigidir, Bentigian,
Mm-hmm. Sophie's favorite.
Sophie's favorite, she decided to put it into that tune. I agree with you with Open Sesame, with even just putting your arm out and things working and not having to speak things into existence, but there is a very, very specific clause in HalloweenTown that started in 1503 by Marie's Crisis.
A lot of things were going on in the 1500s in HalloweenTown.
The 1500s were fucking
It
crazy.
was like the revolution.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Don't get me started in 1594. We don't have to talk about it
I
yet.
think you did already.
No, I talked about 1574, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I did. So 1594.
1594 already, Grandma.
I don't know how to answer this question for you. You brought up some really good points.
Really
and
good
I
points.
do believe that we need to do better. We need to make them simpler. And that's maybe part of Marnie's generation and not mine anymore. I think that sometimes we can let go of the older generations and recognize that we weren't the experts. We just tried to start something. Look at cavemen, right? Look at what they tried to start. They barely could walk straight. Now look at us. We're running. We're sprinting.
Beautiful. That's
So
beautiful,
now
Grandma.
it's time for me to stop walking, Marnie. It's time for you to start sprinting.
Thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Hi, divas. I'm literally calling it from the staff break room, so I'm a little hushed tones vibes. But I was just wondering, like, how do you deal with the tumultuousness of living in such a family of divas and, like, the relationship between the grandma, the mom, and the daughter? Thanks.
Thank you for bringing that up. As you can see from this episode and last year's episode, things are not easy in a family of such big personalities, and we definitely have had our on days and our off days. Most of Grandma Aggie's on days took place in 1998, and the off days were all that followed from there. My mother, her on days took place also around 1998 until about 2007, and then once her movie franchise started to close and her book franchise started to close is when she the black mold in her apartment in her home started to go to her brain, which is when the woman we all know today as J.K. Rowling, but I know as Mom, you know as Gwen, that's when things took a turn for her. As for myself, as I've said, I built a quiet life for myself, and now I do hope to restore some of my relationship with my grandmother and hopefully with my sister as well. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think we are all stars and we were all born to shine. And there's no star in the night sky besides, I guess, the North Star that shines brighter than any other ones, except for, I guess, the sun. Also, I neglected to mention that. So maybe in this situation, Grandma Agatha, I would consider you the moon.
Thank you.
And I would hope to one day burn as bright as the sun for HalloweenTown.
That was a really gorgeous way to put it.
Thank you.
I will just say, what do you think it would be like if you put Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Ariana Grande, and I would go so far to say Beyonce in the same room?
Yeah.
If they all requested trail mix, someone would want them without the M&Ms. Someone would want them with the peanut M&Ms. Someone would want no raisins at all. So when you deal with divas, we all have a different way to approach life.
That's true.
But what we have learned to do as the Cromwell magic, we are actively working past all of our indifferences or discrepancies. And we are learning to hold hands, to generate power together, and impact our future.
That was really beautiful, Grandma. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you for having me.
Well, yeah, okay. Of course.
Well, Marnie.
Well, Grandma.
Another episode I will deeply regret. But I have not quite learned yet. But I am on the process of learning. And I hope to see you next year.
I hope to see you next year.
And I hope I'm healed.
Maybe we both said a lot of things we regret. And maybe some of us have done a lot of things they should regret. One of us. And regardless of who that person is and what they have done and said and what political parties they've associated with and not associated with and what people they've exploited and taken money from, I think at the end of the day, we came here together as enemies and we're leaving. Did you just burp? And we're leaving as people who hope to one day not be enemies. And that is actually beautiful to me at this time in our lives, in the nation. Hopefully we can all take a page from both of our books and maybe see eye to eye a little bit more with our sick and twisted grandmothers. Or maybe not. You know, sometimes they're too far gone. But here's hoping. We took over our friends Joe and Andrew's podcast. But if you enjoyed their podcast, you can find it every single week across all platforms at Good Children Pod. Plus, you can find them on Patreon, where they speak as themselves every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a brand new episode.
And they would really kill us if we didn't tell you to spread the good word and to like, comment, subscribe, rate, and review. They would love to see the 10,000 stars. They're very, 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 very close and have been for a very, 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 very long time. So if you could just make that happen for them, they would really love that. And then they also can be found on socials. I'm unfortunately not on social media anymore. And Marnie, I think that you have taken a step back, but you probably can find her at the real Kimberly J. Brown.
Yes.
My friend Andrew is on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella and on TikTok at Andrew_Muskie. And our other friend Joe is on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe, on Instagram at Joe Hegyes.
That was beautiful, Grandma Aggie.
Of course.
That was, you said every word right.
With that, I will see you very soon.
We'll see you next Halloween.
And learn to treat people with kindness. Goodbye.